Hello everyone, welcome back to Western Australia. It is December the 1st, and that means that it is time to start reaping some of the benefits of the work that we've done over the past several months. If you remember the last couple of episodes, we had a massive corn harvest, and all of that dried corn is in the silo now. We had some other things that had been in the silo waiting for the right sell times, and we just got word that we need to deliver essentially all of our canola because there is a pretty high demand for it. We got to get a good price for it, and so we're going to get the truck drivers moving here just momentarily and start hauling canola off and watch the cash roll in and reap the benefits of our labors. So truck drivers should be coming around just a minute, hopefully, and we'll start getting this thing loaded. And here comes our first driver now. While we're waiting on the first truck to get to the sell point, I should have pulled this up earlier, but we started off with about 27.5 million liters of canola. You can see the current price that is being offered is above what we thought was going to be the max, so that's good. So we want to jump on that and take advantage of that. So our first load should be here and paycheck here momentarily. And here they come. First two trucks arriving together. You can see way back in the distance there's a few more coming around, so they're all pretty close together. Okay, first load is going in. Okay, 791,000 plus 114,000. Not a bad payday for a truckload. So let's sit back and watch these roll in. Okay, well that little chore is done. We've successfully hauled all of our canola to the sell point and converted it into cash. Let's just take a quick peek at our balance sheet here and see what that netted us. So actual harvest income, $36.5 million. The precision farming bonus was $5.2 million for a total of $41.8 million in revenue. So that's a nice little addition to our coffers. And that's pretty much the only thing we need to do today because our other crops are not ready to be sold yet. You can see some of the prices are climbing, headed into the estimated high month in January where we're looking to sell those, but they're not quite there yet. So for right now, we're just going to kind of stand by, keep an eye on the markets and an ear on the phone to see if any of our grain dealers have any sudden needs that we can fill, and we will check back with you either when we have an update or at the start of next month when we start hauling the rest of that stuff off. Talk to you soon. Well, good morning, everyone. Happy December the 4th. We have just gotten a call that wheat prices have spiked, and the folks at Grain Trading Australia want everything that we have in the wheat category. So we are going to get the crews going here and ship them nearly 20 million liters of wheat. It's running about $14 per thousand over what we thought the max price would be. So we're going to get them moving and take advantage of a price spike and see if we can't get all this hauled down there pretty quickly. You can see the trucks are already moving over toward the load point at the main silo, and they're going to queue up and head on down and see what we can get for our wheat that we've been storing for several months waiting for a good time to sell. So nice little bonus in December. Thought we were going to sell that in January, but that's okay. Things change, and we were ready to react to that and get moving. So hang on. Let's get some more harvest income in here and see what we can do. Okay, this is the last load of wheat being delivered and sold. So once we get this all unloaded and sold, we'll take a quick peek, see what we've earned here. It's been averaging a little over $500,000 per load. That was a partial load, so only $278,000 for that one. If we jump over to, you can see our stock check, no more wheat. And if we look down, we started with about $36.5 million in harvest income after selling the canola this month. So that's what, about 15 million or so, if my math is right, doing this on the cuff. And then we had around 5.2 million in precision farming bonuses, so 2.1 million there. So anyway, all told, with the canola and wheat sales this month, we've brought in about $58.5 million. So not bad. So I think that's probably all we're going to do for this particular month. The crews are putting trucks away back up at the yard. You can see most of the trucks are already here. The two that we, the last two loads are still on their way back. So we'll get everything squared away and put away for this month, and take it easy through the rest of December, and then get back and ready to really haul a bunch of millions of liters off in January as we sell the rest of our crops and get ready to exit our Western Australia operations. So we'll check back with you first of next month and finish this thing out. Well, good morning, folks. Welcome to the last day of December. Similar to yesterday, we got a call from the grain trading outpost that said that they need a bunch of barley. They've got a customer that needs a ton of barley to, I don't know, feed chickens or whatever, take to a flour mill. And so they said, bring all the barley that you can. So we have mobilized our truck drivers this morning and are in the process of loading up and taking barley down to sell. So a little bit unexpected. Didn't expect to be selling anything else in December, but nice surprise that prices are running higher than what we thought. So that's a couple of times that's happened this month. Looks like about $18 per thousand, and we've got lots of thousands, so that ought to be a nice a bonus for us. So we're going to get that barley down there, and we'll be back with you probably when it's done to tally up and see what we wound up with. So see you in a little bit. Well, we just barely got the barley sale nearly done, and we got a call that the grain pit needs oats. They have an order for a large order for oats, and they need everything we have. So the truck drivers have just immediately transitioned over to loading the oats out of our silo and heading off to the Western Australia Grain Pit 1, and they were willing to pay a pretty good premium on what we had thought was going to be our top price. We thought the max price was $1,158 per thousand, and in fact they're willing to pay us $1,199 per thousand. So just like before, we got plenty of thousands, so that's going to be a nice little bonus. If these numbers hold, it looks like somewhere 1.2 million extra beyond what we were thinking. So we should we're going to break 300 million easily, probably get to 3.25 million before this is over of cash in the bank. Looking at our results, total income from canola, I think we saw earlier, was 41.8 million. The total income from the wheat was 16.7 million. Total income from the barley was 22.4 million, and we'll see what happens with the oats. So if you recall, these oats that we're taking off, we harvested those from about 4,500 acres down in the southeast corner of the map a few months ago before we started our massive corn harvest. So those have been in the silo for a while and ready to take advantage of a good price, and we got a good price today, so we're hauling all those off. So we're going to let the crews work on that, and we'll see what that adds to the cash pile, and be back with you with a report in a few minutes. Okay, folks, that is a wrap for December's crop sales. We just finished the last of the oat deliveries. Oat sales, if you recall, that was 4,500 acres that we harvested to make that pile of oats. That netted $42,480,800. So not a bad return. You can see our cash in the bank right now is almost $339 million. So we have had an amazing month of good prices for the crops that we had to sell. If we look at our financials for the month, you can see that we did have a little bit of expense, not much. So I'm not sure what construction cost was. We didn't build anything this month. That's interesting. Vehicle running costs, property maintenance, etc., fuel costs. $107.9 million worth of harvest income and $15.5 million worth of miscellaneous. That's where our precision farming bonus goes. So at the end of the month, we increased our cash on hand by almost $123.5 million. That's really nice. And so we have a little bit more to go next month. The only thing left in the silo is dried corn. That price is a little wonky at the moment, so we're going to hold off and sell that in January. It's late in the month right now. We're going to take our chances a little bit and see what kind of price we can get in January when we have a full month to haul that. Doing the math with our trailers, that's 240 loads that we have to take off in order to get all that dried corn out of here. So that's going to be quite the effort. So we're going to retire for the day and start this again next month. Thank y'all very much, and we will see you shortly. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to January the 1st. We are ready to send our crop of dried corn off to the grain pit. We got a call yesterday that they were going to be ready for it today. And so realizing that with the volume that we have to sell this month, that 6 trucks probably was not going to be sufficient, we put out a call for any independent drivers that wanted to help us out for the day on a contract basis. And we got 6 additional trucks for a total of 12 trucks that will be running today. We have a total of 144 million plus a little bit liters of dried corn to take to sell point today. And if my math is right, that's somewhere around 240 truckloads. So with only 6 trucks, it's still going to take a while with 12, but only 6 trucks, it would have been really long. So we decided to bring in some help and get that taken off. As you can see on the screen, prices have jumped up a little bit, which has been great for most of the sales that we have done this particular growing season. And so we're expecting to make quite a bit of bank and see a lot of money flowing in today. Additionally, we have talked to our realtor and found out that they have been able to secure offers for every parcel that we have in the farm, every field, and also the farmyard. So we have gone ahead and contacted an auctioneer and have a scheduled liquidation sale for January the 5th. So the end of this month will be our last hoorah here in Western Australia. We'll be cashing out and taking our operations elsewhere. But before we can do that, we have to get all of this dried corn off and sold, and then get all of the trucks parked back in and ready for the sale. So there's going to be a lot of trucking going on today, so y'all hang on and hang in there. We're got a lot of stuff to do. See you in a bit. right, well, welcome to the afternoon. We took a little bit of a break for lunch and got the crews fed. And right before lunch, we got a call from the grain pit that said that they are full for the moment, and had contacted the train yard. So we're going to be delivering the next several dozen loads here to the train yard. We're just about halfway through. We started with 144 million liters. We're down to about 71 million. So we might be able to knock this out this afternoon. We'll see what happens. But so far so good. Things are running pretty smoothly. The addition of the 6 extra trucks has helped tremendously today, turning this in from a 2 or 3 day endeavor to maybe being able to get it done in 1 day. You can see our cash has grown significantly. We're just over $450 million, and and we're, like I said, we're about halfway through this this sale. So let's get moving and get these trucks flowing and the cash flowing again, and see what we can come up with by the end of the day. Right, folks, we have done it. What you're looking at here is the final 2 loads of the dried corn sale process. We're the back truck back there doesn't have quite a full load. This front red truck does, but these are the final 2 truckloads of dried corn, and we're just about to be finished with this whole process. Having the extra trucks here helped a bunch. You can see we were able to get it done in less than a full day with all those running, so that's been really nice. As soon as this one gets emptied out, we'll take a look at what kind of revenue, finances, and stuff. You can see the total cash has ballooned since we started the day this morning, so we'll take a look in just a second. As soon as this one empties out, there we are. That driver is gone, and we are officially out of dried corn. Final tally for this month, we're looking at $581 million in cash. As you can see, harvest income $211.8 million, plus another $30.5 million of precision farming bonus. So that's got some, the total for the month, $242 million, has some leasing and expenditures from hiring these extra drivers, but total ending cash for this month is $581 million. We're going to spend a few days getting things ready, maintenance and paint and everything ready for the sale. So we will check back with you in a few days and get finished here in Western Australia. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I've spent the morning with our realtor finalizing all the contracts for the sale of our land. We have sold everything except for field 6 and 10. All that's been finalized. We've gotten the money from the gentleman that's purchasing the the lot and the house, field 6 and field 10, has come in. We're signing the paperwork on that a little bit later, so we've been paid for that. So we are finished up with the realtor at this point, and we're going to be looking at tomorrow around noon or so, somewhere between 12 and 1 o'clock. The folks are going to be here to do the equipment sale, and then we will wrap up our time here in Western Australia. So until tomorrow, we'll start liquidating all the equipment and see where we end up after that's over with. But we'll talk to you soon. Well, here we are, our final day on our ranch in Western Australia. The auctioneer is just about to get the sale underway here. I'm told that they're going to start with the tractors and then move on to the planting equipment, followed by the harvesting equipment, and then the trucks and the rest of the things that are around the farm. All the buildings are staying because they convey to the new owner but he didn't want any of our equipment. So everything's going to be sold here in just a few minutes. The auctioneer is getting ready to start, and so I thought maybe we might just take a quick look through before they start on the tractors, and then we'll just one final pass through some nice 6Rs and a Kloss front loader there, the Case IH from Red Team, and the Kloss tractors, the self-propelled sprayers and fertilizers, the big fellas that we didn't get a lot of use out of, but pulled the big seeders and things with, the big green team folks, and the 8Rs that we worked with the grain carts. Got a lot of hours on those. And then if we move back, let's go in here. A couple of really large cedar air cart rigs. Those ought to fetch a pretty penny because those are fairly low use on those. And then if we go back up toward the other end of the building, we've got some rollers that we really never use. Those 4 things are nearly brand new. Bought them and then didn't get to use them. 4 John Deere DB120 120-foot planters. So those are fairly expensive when they were new. Got some hours on them, but not terrible. And then we've got a couple of the John Deere air cart and cedar rigs. And then, of course, a few plows in here. We didn't use those a ton, but a little bit. And then harvesting equipment. This is the Kloss team with their grain carts. And then in this shed, we have green team and red team and their grain carts. Around the corner, some miscellaneous equipment, spray rigs for the self-propelled sprayers, dry box for the self-propelled sprayers, headers. This is a red team header storage here with corn and grain headers. We'll go around the corner, green team and their grain and corn headers, and then the Kloss team, their headers. And the only other thing really, besides my pickup that you saw when we started this, the only other thing really is the semis and the trailers. We've got a couple miscellaneous trailers. You've seen these folks through this whole series. They've done a lot of hauling for us. We've got a flatbed trailer that we've used a time or two, and a propane trailer. And that will be just about it. So a little bit of a bittersweet moment as we see equipment start going out the door, but it's time to move on to other adventures. And so we'll let the auctioneer get their thing done, and we'll check back with you momentarily when everything's over. Well, there you have it. Sale is all finished. It took them almost 5 hours to get through all of that stuff. Final tally as the sun sets, $628 million and a few dollars. We came here with about $157 million in the bank. So in 4 years, we have added about $470 million to our coffers and had a lot of fun. So I want to thank all of you for watching this series, the likes and the comments and the subscriptions. I really appreciate everyone that has invested time into watching me play with Course Play and Auto Drive. And until next time, thank you very much.